Hey Bunkies, do you live in the LA area? Well, guess what? There's a Bunkie meetup coming up March 30th from 7 to 9 o'clock at the Mosaic Hotel, which is in Beverly Hills. And guess what? They have parking. I know you LA people love to talk about parking and traffic, and there's parking at the Mosaic Hotel. You're going to get a little free drinky drink when you walk in, and I'll be there. Producer Ingrid will be there. Kimberly from A Date with Dateline will be there, and hopefully some other special guests will be there as well. But most importantly, your fellow Bunkies will be there. Come alone, come with a friend, but please come. Link to buy the tickets are in show notes, and I really hope to see you there. And let me know if you're coming. Thanks. Hey everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Thursday, so that means Shades of Bravo. And today I'm so lucky to have the gorgeous, award-winning Ronnie Karam here with me to talk about The Valley.
Hello.
How do you feel? How do you feel being an award winner?
Great. I mean, it's crazy. I took a limo here.
To your living room?
Yeah, the whole world has changed.
Well, congratulations. You guys won the iHeart Award for Best Pop Culture Podcast.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so exciting. You know, who knew? I don't know. It's a whole wide world out there of people, that's for sure. We met so many people, you know, doing what we do. We never get to meet each other. It's so rare, you know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy meeting all these podcasters. Like, I know a bunch of Bravo podcasters now from over the years, but there's a whole world of podcasts out there. Let me tell you, it's like theater nerds, but
I heard
crazier.
you guys talking on your Patreon about who all you saw, and you saw my my white whale, the one that I'm trying to get. It's Karen Kilgariff.
Oh yeah, she's so nice. She's so teeny tiny.
Okay, so if you know Karen Kilgariff, can you help me? Because I'm trying
do
to.
not know her actually.
Oh,
I know.
shoot.
I knew Georgia from
Yeah.
improv years and years ago, but you know, I didn't know her that well. I just knew her, and I haven't talked to her in 20 years or something. And I saw her there for the first time. I was like, "I'm Ronnie. Remember me?" And she's like, "I mean, I guess." You know, she was actually
No.
she was really nice. She was like, "Yeah." But I didn't. I felt so awkward even saying hi. I don't know. I'm used to being in a corner, not saying anything to new people. You know, I talk a lot to people I don't, you know, to people that I know already, but just coming up and being like, "Hi, I'm Ronnie. I have a podcast. What do you like? What's your favorite color? Do you like tuna fish?" You know, stuff like that. It's hard for me, but she was, you know, she was super nice, but I probably wouldn't be very helpful unless you were just like, "Hey, remember that Uncle Fester guy you met at the podcast awards?"
I wouldn't say that, but it's funny because Matt, our friend Matt Mark, he was like, "Oh, let me help you." He looked on Facebook. He goes, "We have 23 friends in common." I was like, "One of those people can help me. One of those people can help me." And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Are you one of those people that has 2,000 friends on Facebook?" And he's like, "Kinda."
Yeah.
Like, never mind.
So
Matt.
have you just emailed her?
Yeah, I have.
Facebooked her? Oh, so you just don't hear anything back?
No, I did like through like the media request. You know, I've been a day one listener and I'm like member of the fan cult. Like I'm all the things. I'm like been to the shows, got the merch. Like I'm that girl. Like I am the hugest fan of Karen. And when I had Payne in the pod, I never tried to reach out to them just because it was just too unattainable, you know? But now it's not that it's not unattainable now, because clearly it is, because I can't get in touch with her. But I would just love to interview her. I just love her. She's one of those people that I feel like we're about the same age, and maybe we'd be friends, but maybe that's also a little creepy, and that's why she won't reach back out.
Who knows?
Ronnie's like, "Shh,
I'm
don't
used
say
to
it."
people thinking I'm creepy, so I'm
No,
okay
you're
with
not. No, you're not. You're the cutest. Okay, well, let me ask you about your feelings about how you feel now that Beverly Hills is over.
Sad, you know, I always
Mhm.
feel kind of sad at the end of a good Housewives season because you never know when another good one's going to be. And I
Right.
feel like Beverly Hills is kind of reliable in that way because even their terrible seasons are somewhat entertaining. And I don't know why that is. I don't know what the magic formula there is. But then again, thinking back, maybe they haven't been. There have been some seasons that have ended where I'm just like, done. Like that season, it ended when they went to France and they were just trying so hard.
Oh,
They
with Denise and Bravo, Bravo, fucking Bravo.
No, that one was good. I think that was Amsterdam. No, I think France. No, that wasn't Amsterdam. France.
It was
The one I'm
Spain.
thinking of was where they
Italy?
went to try Lisa Rinna's wine. Lisa Rinna tried to get her own, or she had her own rosé to compete with
Yeah.
Vanderpump after they got
Yes.
her kicked. It was just so boring. Like they
Yeah.
got Vanderpump kicked off, and then they just had nothing to do. And there are some seasons like that where I'm so happy. This one was so fun. I thought nothing really happened. It was like a return to Housewives, where just nothing really has to happen. It's just still kind of fun.
I thought it was a great season too. The Kyle of it all, notwithstanding, I thought it was good. I just like to look at rich people and see how they live and stuff. And that's what we like housewives for. So
Yeah, I mean, Kyle's an ass, I think, but she was
no, no,
she,
no. I
she's a
heard you
fun
say,
ass.
on your podcast that that maybe you had like softened up for her a little bit after the reunion.
No, you
Yes, you
did
did.
me. Did
Yes, you
Ben say
did.
that? I didn't say
No,
that.
you said this
No,
episode made me like Kyle and I hate myself for it.
no,
You did.
no. Nope, absolutely not.
I'm going
Maybe
to go
just
find it.
getting used to her. You know what I mean?
After 10 years, you're just finally used to her.
It's like whatever. Like I already know all your tricks. I can't even get angry anymore. But even that stuff was fun. Like maybe Kyle's a lesbian for 5 minutes. At least she's making an effort. I
That's
gotta
right.
hand it to her.
Good for her. Good for her. Are you looking forward to Jersey? I am.
Yes, I love Jersey. Jersey
Yeah.
is always good. It always delivers. Those people are crazy, and I love that. That's the opposite of Beverly Hills. Like
Right.
they're all on the verge of going broke or going to jail. You know,
Yeah.
they're just like
Yeah.
they'll do anything for a Valpak. I mean,
Or
I like that show.
back. Or somebody's ex-husband puts out a hit on their ex-wife.
Yes,
And yeah, I mean,
and Bo
whatever.
Dietl's following everybody around. Yeah,
Will we hear about Bo Dietl this season, I wonder?
I think so because didn't he get in trouble recently?
I think he did get in trouble recently.
He got in some kind of trouble. I don't pay too much attention unless the show's actually on.
Yeah.
Like if there's any kind of gossip, we do the crappy hour thing every other week where we talk about Bravo News. So we kind of have to look up some things now, but usually I won't do anything unless it's on the air. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let me see. Bo Dietl. Let's see what this man's been into. I'll tell you what I do. Google things.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I love that.
Yeah, I'm a Googler. I don't see anything too bad. Oh, sued for allegedly hacking computers. Louis Ruelas and Bo Dietl sued for allegedly hacking computers for harassment and abuse of Real Housewives of New Jersey star's ex. Ooh. I love it, Mary Payne. Look what we stumbled upon.
I just gave you some material for your next crappy hour. Print it out. Take a note.
Heck yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, so feelings on Vanderpump Rules this season as we go.
It's a little sleepy. Last season so much happened that they have to recover. I think it's like when they lose half the cast, even though they didn't.
Right.
Those shows when they kick off half the cast and then it takes like half a year, or it takes half a year or another full season to rebuild it. I think it's kind of going through that. I think also everybody's just aged out where they just naturally don't like each other. They don't want to hang. They don't want to hang out together.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird. The Tom Sandoval redemption arc is ridiculous, and it's annoying that they're trying to do that.
Totally.
Totally. Just let him be a villain. Why do I have to cry for him? Just let us hate him. Like,
I guess
we'll still watch it.
Yeah, we're still going to watch it. And it's going to be just like with Jersey, right? You've got Melissa and Teresa not filming together once, according to what the streets are saying. So if they can do that, Tom Sandoval can film with his 4 new friends in his house. It's fine.
Yeah, just let him film with the losers. I mean, the other cast will still film with him, but we don't need to go down the whole, well, Tom Sandoval's going to hurt himself if we don't all cry for him. And then have to watch Tom Sandoval fucking journal every week. I mean, that is the most ridiculous. I'm journaling, bro. I'm journaling. Okay. Tom.
I mean, do you tell your assistant, I'm going to journal? Like, does your assistant give a shit what you're doing up there? She doesn't care. She's trying to get rid of you.
I don't have an assistant. Are you kidding?
Oh,
and if I did, I would hope that they would be intelligent enough to laugh me out of the room if I said something like that. Journal. I'm going to go journal. Get the hell out of here, Tom.
Get the hell
Tonight
out of
I'm
here.
going to try a Stevie Nicks cover. Get the fuck out of here, Tom. Journal.
So he's coming somewhere near here, Annapolis maybe or somewhere. And several people have sent me like a text or a DM. Like friends have sent me texts and then like listeners have sent me DMs like, I'm going to this. Are you going to be there? I was like, no.
No, man.
No, I don't need to. I'm
Bravo
good.
fans are the biggest turncoats, I swear to God. And you wouldn't think it because people go so crazy. It's like during Scandal, I hate him, head on a stick. Like going so overboard that you're like, wow, okay, like I get it, but this is a lot, But then those same people, you turn around and you look at their Instagrams and they're at the Tom Sandoval concert. I'm like, what happened to head on a stick? They're like, well, we can boo him. I'm like, you are not booing him, okay?
No.
I saw you there with your freaking flavored alcohol soda. What do you call those?
Seltzers?
Yeah. I saw you there with your seltzer. But what's the brand? Oh, I saw you there with your fucking White Claw.
I'm about to say White Claw?
Drunk with your mascara running down your damn face from crying at some Queen cover he did badly. Get out of here.
I do love a White Claw. Listen,
I do
too. I do too. I gotta say, sometimes I went to a St. Patrick's Day party this weekend and I never go to a party or anything. It was like I had to go to 2 parties in the daytime. I was like, who am I? Who is this? What am I, 24? And I went to 2 parties and, they had like a keg and then they had like a bar and wine. And I can't really drink wine anymore. And I was like, guess I'll have a White Claw. And I had a White Claw with a straw and I was happy.
It's really good White Claw with vodka in it.
I mean, that's a double dip, but sure.
That's how they go. You only need one.
And you only need to have one drink and you good to go. Sip that all night.
You'll be in bed in 45 minutes.
Well, speaking of White Claws and vodka, let's talk about The Valley. So The Valley is a new show that has come out on Bravo. They're going to lead into it. We're recording this before the actual show has come out. So what I'm saying, I'm assuming they're Vanderpump ruling it into The Valley, just like they Beverly Hills did into Vanderpump Rules, right?
I don't think that they did that.
Well, that's a missed opportunity. Are you kidding me? They have to do that.
Well, how many times can they have Sheena sleep with somebody's husband? You know what
I mean, as many times as she wants.
They should have done that. Here we are 10 years later. Sheena,
yeah.
I'm so sorry I slept with your husband. I didn't know.
Like we didn't have Google then.
I can't believe it. I really trusted Jax.
Well, I thought the premiere was good. I did. I talked to a couple other podcasters who hadn't seen it yet. I was like, you can get it. You just have to ask Bravo for it. They'll give you a premiere. They won't give me anything after that, but they will give me a premiere. And they give you everything, I know, but we've had this discussion a million times.
No, they don't give us everything. Because there's different people in charge of different shows. So some people are like, oh, hi, and they're nice. And then some people are just like, no, they won't even write you back,
Yeah, the Salt Lake City person, I was like, we're covering this extensively. I'd really love to, get the screeners. And they were like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Could I don't write me again, crazy person. Yeah.
We get it too. We get that too.
So I have to tell you that when I'm in town in a couple of weeks, I wrote to Jax's bar to see if I could get a reservation because they don't take reservations online. And the person wrote me back within like 5 minutes and it was like a robo reply with all the information about Tuesday, the 19th, it's past Tuesday the 19th, which is the premiere of The Valley. So the person, when I wrote, they thought I was asking for the 19th, but I'm really asking for the 26th. So they wrote back this like robo response, which was, so glad you want to join us for the premiere of The Valley. It'll be at this time. Tables for 4 are $300.
Whoa.
Plus food, plus then you pay for your own food and drink. It doesn't come with anything.
Just for the reservation, just to have the table?
Yeah, just to have the table.
Wow.
I wrote back, not talking about the 19th. I'm talking about the 26th. Can I come for free on that night? And the answer is yes. Yes.
Oh my God. Wow.
So I'm hoping maybe Jax and Brittany or some of the crew will be there.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. I'm going to be there with Ryan Bailey.
My worst nightmare.
I'm going to be there with Ryan Bailey, who very famously hates Jax.
Yeah. That sounds like my worst nightmare. Someone actually being there when I'm there. I do like to go to those places, though. Of course, I'll go. Next time in LA, you gotta check it out.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check out Schwartz and Sandy's because I think that's on its way out. So I'm gonna check that out before it dies.
That's what they keep saying. What's that rumor about? Tell me about that.
That's all I know. That's the rumor that
People just
it's
keep saying
dying.
it's dying.
Yeah. So I'm going to go. I mean, hang on till the 28th or whenever I'm going. I don't know. I'm going with Eliza Rosen, our friend. So I'm getting rounding up all my LA people to do all this cheesy stuff while I'm there.
Yeah, go to your LA Disneyland, your
Yeah.
Vanderpump Rules Disneyland
Yeah.
stops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
I love
am.
that.
If you were there, you would be forced to go on, but you're not going to be there.
Oh, there's no forcing with me. I'll just show up. I love that stuff.
Maybe I'll see if Ben wants to go with Ryan and I to Jack's.
You should do it.
Will he go? He'll say no.
Who knows? He might have a board game or something. Ben's a very busy person. We're very opposite in that way. I do nothing. Ben does everything.
Yeah.
Like there's no in between us. You know, he does a lot of things. He has a ton of friends and he goes to play games and he's involved in a ton of stuff and he like cooks and goes and has dinner parties and
he sews.
Do anything.
Now he's sewing.
He sews now, yeah.
Wow.
Everything I do is just at home. Like I take a piano class on YouTube.
I love that. Yeah. But you're bettering yourself in that way.
Not really. I mean, you know that saying, old dogs, you can't teach an old dog new trick? That's a very true saying, unfortunately.
But you're a young dog.
I'm an old dog, but you know what? It's good not remembering tricks because every day you feel like you're learning something new, even though you've learned the same thing every day. Like, oh, look, a C chord. I'm doing it. I'm killing it.
I know. I'm proud of you. Look at you learning things. So I was talking to my friend Kimberly of A Date with Dateline. By the way, she's a giant fan of Ben and Ronnie. And she was very jealous I was going to talk to you. I was like, you could talk to him too.
Oh, she's a sweet lady. She's a sweetheart. She talks to us on Twitter.
Yeah, she loves you guys. So I was talking to her and I told her I was going to be talking to you about the Valley. She goes, oh my God, I listened to their Below Deck episode and they railed on how much they hate the Valley, not the show, but the actual Valley. She was like, that's where I live. I said, I think that on their Vanderpump Rules episode, because I don't listen to Below Deck because I don't watch that. I go, but I listened to a Vanderpump Rules episode. I think they apologized for their ranting against the Valley. She's like, oh, good. No.
Oh, I don't hate the Valley. Ben's the Valley hater. I don't really hate the Valley. I'm not really snotty about that. I've never lived in the Valley. I always lived in Hollywood and West Hollywood. And the Valley's hot. It's definitely hot. But it has bigger parking spaces. It has air conditioning. There's like a lot going for it in the Valley, you know? So I don't know. I don't hate it. Ben hates it.
You got me at air conditioning because I'm not going somewhere without air conditioning.
Well, yeah, LA proper doesn't have much air conditioning because LA used to be cold before, you know, global warming or whatever.
Right. Oh my God.
Global change, whatever we're calling it whatever the kids are calling it these days. Not allowed to say global warming anymore. God forbid. Now it's just global temperature changes, whatever the hell. But you know what I'm saying.
No, I didn't know we weren't allowed to say global warming. So I've been. Am I getting canceled?
I don't know if you get canceled for it, but no, it's not called that anymore. Now it's called like climate change. I think it's all it's called.
Okay, well,
change, you know?
All right. All right, well, let's talk about this show.
I'm learning things and I'm teaching things.
I know. Look,
I'm a student and a teacher.
God, I'm so glad to know you. Y'all, what if you could get an extra 43 hours of sleep per year? Here's a secret. You won't get that with your cotton sheets, but you will get it with Clean Bamboo. Ettitude sheets feel unlike anything else you've ever slept on. And no, they will not cost you or the earth, because right now you can get $35 off your first order with code PINKSHADE. They're unbelievably soft, Clean Bamboo sheets. They have over 20,000 five-star reviews, and in a controlled sleep study, sleep efficacy improved by 1.5% per night, which adds up to that whopping extra 43 hours of sleep per year. You know, in the morning when I'm scrounging for seconds of minute or rest, just sending up a desperate prayer that my alarm clock doesn't go off and make me furious, that extra time is a godsend. It is the epitome of luxury. And it's not just the softness. In that study, 94% of participants preferred Ettitude sheets to competitors, which means you'll sleep better throughout the night and wake up feeling more rested than ever before. Simply put, the Ettitude sheets are the secret to better sleep. They're so sure that you'll love sleeping with them that you can try Ettitude bedding risk-free for 30 nights. Yeah, risk-free for 30 nights. If you're not completely satisfied, you can return the sheets for a full refund. So never miss a good night's rest and recovery, again with Ettitude. So y'all know I got the sheets and I immediately ordered a second set for my bed. So now I got 2 sets for my own bed. Then I ordered some for both of my kids. They have thanked me. They're thrilled. Next order will be for the guest room. So when my mom comes, she'll be happy when she comes to visit because the sheets stay so cool and so soft. So don't forget, you can get $35 off your first order plus free shipping for a limited time when you visit ettitude.com/pink shade. Do it. Okay, so let's talk about the show. So here are the players, okay? We got Jax and Brittany. Okay. We got Kristen and her
Just
new...
in case you're worried that people would improve before coming back on TV again after this long. Nope, they're still terrible.
Yeah,
he's particularly.
After Scandal, he was on quite a apology tour. He was on podcasts. He was on Watch What Happens Live. He started a podcast, and he was very like, "I'm a changed man." But nope, just 40 minutes of this
season, he came back and said he's a changed man. Jax doesn't change. Are you kidding?
Nope.
He doesn't have the ability to even think that he needs to change. As everybody else, he's still a mess, and it's hilarious. I've missed the mess. You know,
he's just a little maybe coked out, allegedly, just a little. Not as bad as it used to be.
Like, am I going to be sued saying that he's like coked out in front of his babies? Because everybody's very sensitive right now about Bravo stuff and drinking and drugs, especially. Even though everybody seems to be on them on this channel, but we're going through a very sensitive time where they're like, "You can't talk about that. That's hurtful." I'm like, but everybody's like high on drugs. Like, how are you not going to talk about it? It's like the main character of the show, or drugs and alcohol. You know, it's like they're a supporting character at the very least. How do you not talk? And especially Jax, because he's like, the eyes are wide open.
Yeah.
And he's, Kristen's my friend. I mean, you know, I love Kristen more than anything. But she's gonna have a baby, bro, a baby. And then it's like she's going to the guy who's running the dunk tank. Like, Kristen's gonna have a baby.
It was that party. I was like, okay, let's take it down a few notches. Wow, there's children here. So this is all allegedly. We know nothing about anybody's personal proclivities. This is jokes, guys.
We're
it's just jokes.
Wide-eyed and intense. Wide-eyed and intense with blood vessels bursting out of the forehead. Whatever that means to you.
Whatever. So we got Jax and Brittany. We got Kristen and her new man, Luke, which I liked putting a face to Luke because I listened to him on Kristen's podcast quite a bit after Scandal. So I was like, oh, okay, now I know what Luke looks like. That's good.
He sounds like a living cucumber. Like if I had to describe, if I just listened to him, which I did, I was like you. I just heard him. Yeah. And I just pictured a cucumber that can speak. Just a kind of tasteless.
Wow.
Accoutrement to a salad. Speaking.
Okay.
Wet lettuce, maybe would be better.
Okay. All right.
Very plain, very unwritten on Post-it note of a person.
Let's give Luke a chance. Let's give Luke a chance.
I said blank. I didn't say someone scrawled curse words all over him, and he's a disgusting Post-it note.
Okay. All right.
He's just a blank slate.
Okay. I could go with that.
Kristen's so crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
She is. And we love it. We love her for it. Like what? I mean, of course she is.
Wearing a tie-dyed nightie in her confessional is probably one of my favorite Kristen things ever.
She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit.
She gives such a shit, but she just doesn't understand. It's like it's a different world she's in. And I like it.
I like it too. Welcome back.
Kristen Doty.
Danny and Nia. So Danny was a child star and Nia was a Miss USA 2014. So not the same year as Kenya Moore, who was also Miss USA. And they have 3 kids. They have a 18-month-old and a brand new twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A lot of babies.
That's a lot of babies. And they seem to live like in an apartment, which just all seems like a nightmare.
It does, and they have those little tiny twins. I mean, they are teeny tiny. They just came out. They were just cooked, and it's a lot. I mean, she's crying a lot.
Yeah.
This show is a lot of pain, and anybody, obviously, the audience, I think there are a lot of mothers in it, or anybody who knows mothers who have babies. I mean, this is just very stressful. Is it very stressful to watch as a mother? Like there's a baby. I'm stressed out and I'm not a mother or a father. I just see all these babies and I'm like exhausted. I'm like, how are these people shooting a show on top of all this?
And they just full makeup and the whole thing.
Yes. And then taking all the scrutiny from it while they're dealing with camera crews coming in, when you got little baby twins, I don't know, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, it's a lot. Then we get Jesse and Michelle. They have one kid, and right away, he's the Sutton of this season. He's the alcoholic that they're going to try to bring down. Right away, we can tell that's what's going to happen with him.
He's a monster. That guy's a total a-hole.
I mean, he seems real douchey, and I hate that word.
And he loves it. He's like, yeah, I'm a douche and I know it, and that's why I'm charming, or whatever he says. That's like his thing. Like, I know cute. I'm a douche, so it's okay. It's not, and you're a drunk. And I love that he's just like such an out of the closet drunk on his first episode, drinking first thing in the morning, even though his wife's like, honey, you're going to drink on camera first thing in the morning? He's like, fuck yeah, I am.
What? It's mimosas.
Do some laundry, woman.
It's breakfast. Yeah. So, all right. So we open up with Jackson Brittany, and she's got this chin strap on because she just had some liposuction. And we do see some Sheena Shea size pictures of Cruz on the wall. Wow. Did you see those pictures on the wall of Cruz in a tux?
Yeah, they're still in there. Like, let's put up giant pictures of our baby and our wedding everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's their thing. They're trying to make that their identity, I guess. Which I guess you do. Once you build an entire cast of children or whatever, you build your family cast, you have to like really make yourself. I guess it's like a vision board. You just put up your goals. Like, we're gonna be good parents. We're gonna be good spouses.
Oh, so I did see Brittany say on their podcast or somebody's podcast, I just saw a clip of it saying that she didn't realize that 10 days after surgery, when they started filming, that would be a bad idea because for like 6 months, she couldn't move her bottom lip. And I noticed right away when she was talking, not with the chin strap on, that when she talked, her lip stayed and only the top lip moved and the bottom one didn't move at all. And it was staying like above the teeth. And I was like, why is she holding her mouth that way? That's weird. And she said it was part of the surgery when she got the liposuction that something happened with her bottom lip. So the whole time we're going to see her bottom lip is not going to move.
I mean, Brittany thinking that's news to everybody. She said it on every podcast and every interview she's done. She goes, I got my turkey gobbler did. And then I was frowning. I didn't know it was going to be frowning. You know what else you got done? Jack's marrying. Okay?
Yeah.
No one expected anything but a frown from you, Brittany. Okay?
Great point.
Oh, God.
So now we go over to Kristen and Luke's apartment, which is Kristen's apartment. They're packing. So I'm glad she explained this because I didn't know, and maybe you did, that she was like one of the first ones of that group to buy a house. She bought like a cute little bungalow that looked adorable. Then her ex-boyfriend encouraged her to sell it and move in with him, but then he kicked her out and she has this apartment, but now she's getting a bigger apartment. I mean, that was stupid to sell that house. That was a cute house.
It was. I don't know that she did it for the boyfriend. I think she did it for the mortgage, right? Because that was right after I think she stayed there. How many years after Vanderpump Rules? I feel like she wouldn't have just let that house go for a boyfriend.
Well, that's what she said. She said, my ex-boyfriend encouraged me to sell it and move in with him. Yeah. Maybe she needed the money.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't know if those James May t-shirts aren't selling.
Yeah.
So she met Luke at a wedding a few weeks after the breakup, and they had sex behind a tent. So just right on brand for Kristen.
It really is. And she's like, and that's the guy I want to have my baby with. The dude I banged behind a tent at a wedding.
In a bridesmaid's dress. Right. Classy with a K.
I paid for it, and if I want to turn it into Kleenex, that's up to me.
I mean, all right. So now we go to Danny and Nia. So Nia just had a baby. She was Miss USA 2014. The 3 kids. They've got Asher, 18 months, and the twins are Isabel and Zariah, 6 weeks old, Ronnie. 6 weeks old twins. Like,
yeah.
That's a lot in addition to a 1.5-year-old. That's a lot.
That's too much. I mean, no. Get a nanny.
And then on TV.
Something. Yeah, that's just too much. I think that's too much pressure.
It's a lot.
That means that I don't know. I don't know about this whole thing. Like, let's build a show around people just popping out newborns. Because that's also all they talk about on the show is like, we want more, And then all the ladies get together and like, oh my God, you got twins. And then they're passing around the twins like little, little tasters of baked beans. And they're all like holding the twins and then throwing them off to the next one. And first of all, colds, germs. I mean, is COVID really that far behind us that we're
A lot of people coughing right on those babies. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of baby coughing, and then they're just all they do is talk about more babies. You know what I mean? It's like an obsession. Like we've still obviously got the drug addiction storyline kind of going on, at least amongst the audience. Well, me and you, but there's also the addiction of babies that I think we should talk about. Like, when is it enough? When are you just happy that you just had a baby or two? Why do you have twins on you and you're already like, we're gonna pop out another couple? Calm the fuck down, okay? At this point, you're having babies because you're addicted. It's not fair to the baby. It's like the UPS down the street didn't ask for me to order things every day off Amazon and then return them. They shouldn't have to deal with that, you know?
I love an Amazon return. Love.
I do too.
I
I
love
feel
it.
so powerful. And I'm realizing like it's my own addiction, you know? But at least mine is just involving child labor, not actual like children.
How do you deal with the
God.
Amazon boxes? Because I make a stack by the back door, and then my husband or my son are forced to then break them down flat to go in the recycling. And there, it shows the amount of boxes that arrive here per day when
It's a lot.
recycling day comes,
Because
and
you
then
can get
everybody's mad at
everything
me.
there now, you know?
I
So I
know.
get everything there. I just ordered my dog food. Because now you can just tell the lady in the machine, I don't want to say
Don't
her
say
name because
it.
it'll set everybody's machine
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But you tell the lady in the machine, order some dog food. And she's like, okay, ordered it. And then it's going to come in 2 days. And then it comes in the biggest box. And I feel it's such a waste.
I just had
And
that yesterday.
like, I'm such a monster. And this is why, there's global climate change or whatever. I'm doing
Whatever.
it. I'm the one doing it.
We're the problems. It's
We're
us.
the problem.
Oh, okay. So
The problem, it's me. But you know what? If you went to the store and bought it, guess what else it came in to the store? A box.
a
So
box.
you're just
So,
not going to escape it.
that's a really great point. Now I feel better about everything we just said.
Me too. It's
Yeah.
not like they just strapped the dog food onto an individual donkey and sent it over. You know
They
what I
didn't
mean?
put it loose in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't know Danny, but Danny tells us he was on iCarly and Hannah Montana, and now he does voiceover work for The Walking Dead. Have you ever seen him before in your life? He's not my age group, so I don't know about the iCarly and the Hannah Montana.
No, I don't. I don't watch that stuff.
But you don't recognize him
I'm not
from
some perv. No, I don't recognize him. I do recognize his pain though, because I know what it's like in Los Angeles being one of three things: bald, chunky, or short. And let me tell you, it's not an easy life. And
Okay.
I've never been short, but I've been bald and chunky. I know it's difficult, so I feel for him because he's very short.
because he's short. Well, aren't all actors short? I mean, isn't that a thing? Most, 90%.
Well, yeah, but they're still like tortured. I think that's why they can cry on demand like that in movies, because it's still very hard.
Childhood
It's very
pain.
difficult. People are
Yeah.
very, very mean to short people. He seems nice.
He does.
I like knowing that there is an actual person doing that zombie voice because it's good. Like, you recognize it. Once he did that zombie or whatever he's doing, you totally recognize it from that show. I did squee a little bit. I was like, "You're so famous. I know you."
Did you think I could do that? I could make
No.
that voice.
No, that's why I was like, "That's really good." I mean, that's
Okay,
hard.
all right. Well, guess what? He probably can't do Lisa Vanderpump, so you're winning.
Can he do Lisa Vanderpump the zombie? Darling, Nicolay.
Oh my God. This week you guys said on your Vanderpump, or last week on your Vanderpump recap, about how they put that pump door in front of Tom Tom. And one of you said Nick Elaine then like swung by on a pendulum.
That was our favorite thing when she first introduced Nicolene. Oh,
No.
giant clocks everywhere.
Everywhere.
Giant clock pendulum swinging back and forth and back and forth.
Nick. But think about it, his name is Nick Elaine, but he just sounds like Nickel Lane. So it's just like, God, it's so good. We haven't seen him yet. Well, I guess, yeah. All right.
He was on the private plane taking Graham to Tahoe or something.
Oh, well, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
How dare you? His name is Hippy Dippy Doo. So now we're at Jason and Janet's house. So these two love them. Okay. She's taping cantaloupes and a watermelon on him to show what it feels like to be pregnant. They've been together 4 years, married for 1 year. She says she's neat. She thrives on structure. She would kill it in prison. That's why he's afraid of her. So far, I love these two. I'm good with these two. I'm sure one of them will do something terrible.
Yeah, they seem like they're not terrible, which is weird. And, I don't think Nia and Jesse seem terrible either, but Jesse has to be terrible because he's friends with Jax. I mean, how can you be friends with
Right.
Jax and not be terrible? I don't think
Right.
we've ever met a person who's friends with Jax and isn't terrible, right?
Right.
Can you
Right.
think of
Including
anybody?
Kristen. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got to be terrible. Jason seems so nice. I think he's going to be terrible by way of his wife because he does whatever she says. He's that kind of husband, and
Hmm.
that's their shtick, right? Where she's like,
Yeah.
"I boss him around. He's passive. He's a wuss. I
Yeah.
boss him around. He'll do whatever I say." So I think he's going to be sent out as her henchman for a lot of things. So maybe he'll
Oh.
look like the bad guy, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I find them kind of boring, but we'll
It was
see.
a little palate cleanser. It was a little palate cleanser.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see what
I don't
happens
know
if
about
she
I
has
don't
that
know
baby.
about the taping fruit on somebody. I don't know. I found
Well,
that
it's a
very
good way to.
offensive.
That's a good way to figure out what it feels like to be pregnant. I got to be honest. I got
Is
to be
it
honest. Yeah.
a cantaloupe?
Yeah.
Cantaloupe's
No,
not 30 pounds. I mean, you need to tape a Saint Bernard to your stomach, your husband's stomach. You know what I mean?
well, as the cantaloupes are the boobs because the boobs are so heavy, and then the watermelon on the stomach. But that would be just like a 4-month pregnancy. If you want like a
Right.
10-month pregnancy, you better get like 4 watermelons.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Hmm.
Make it more torturous. I see.
Well, this was just stick they came up with, and it worked. It made me love them. So now we go to Jesse and Michelle's house. So she describes her husband. He's extreme in everything he does. They don't live in the valley. They live right behind Chateau Marmont because it screams ambition. Thoughts?
I feel like in that area, you don't want a house to scream ambition. I think you want it to scream accomplishment. Okay. This is the
Hmm.
Hollywood Hills. Nobody
Right.
wants to look at your ambition. They want to see your accomplishment. You know what I mean? That's why you're at
Is
the
that a
bottom
good
of the hill.
location where they live behind the Chateau Marmont?
No,
Chateau
I mean,
Marmont.
it's the Sunset Strip, so it's expensive, but they're at the bottom of the hill. So that's not really considered that great,
It's
you know?
not okay.
No, but it's not considered like it's not embarrassing, but it's not.
Yeah. You're not going to get stabbed walking out to your car. I mean, that's the
Right, you're
question.
at the
Yeah, yeah,
hill, but
yeah.
I think the ambition would be to get higher up the hill, I guess. I guess
We have a
that's how it
neighborhood like that
works.
here too. Who say they live up the hill or down the hill. Yeah.
Yeah, because when the big one happens or when the next big mudslide or whatever
Hmm.
happens
Hmm.
and everything's falling down the hill, they fall onto you. You want to be so rich that you're the one crushing the poor people. You don't want to be
Gotcha.
the one being crushed by the rich people. You know
I
what I
got
mean?
it.
That's how I've always looked at it.
All
Also,
right.
the views are different. So when you're poor or when you're like regular and you look at the Hollywood Hills, you're like, oh my God, what a view. Look at those beautiful hills. But then when you're in the hills, when you're rich, your view sucks because you're looking through like a mile of smog
Yeah.
at this crappy, dirty little city. And you're
Right.
supposed to be fancy because you're in this $1 million abode, but it sucks up there. You're breathing smog and you're looking down at shit, and that's when you feel rich. When your view is the disgusting pores, that's when
Yes.
you're really rich. When your
Looking
view is
down on the pores.
gorgeous,
Hmm.
you're poor.
It's a lot to take in.
That was a lot. That was a very long explanation. I guess that was something that's been in me a long time.
I know. I think you need to get that out. They have a 3-year-old daughter, Isabella, who we later learn has a middle name of Bunny. Isabella's middle name is
Oh,
Bunny.
Ben thought that too. And I said, no, that's her favorite animal. So
No,
I guess Ben was right. Oh, damn it.
it's
I
her
hate
middle
when
name.
Ben's right. And I'm
I rewound it
incorrect.
because I was like, say what now?
Oh,
Okay.
dang it. Sorry, Ben.
Sorry,
Wherever you are.
Ben. They have a dog named Malibu. They work together in real estate. What could go wrong? Now, this is where we get our first indication that Jesse has a drinking problem because he says he's going to drink champagne all day. And she's like, gives a look. Now,
Yeah.
Kristen goes to lunch with our 2 friends of our side players here. It's her friend Zach and Jasmine. Zach, of course, we've known Zach. He's Brittany's best friend from Kentucky, but Kristen says she stole him and they're friends now. And Jasmine used to work at Sir. Why was Peter's face blurred out on the picture of Jasmine and Peter from Sir?
I don't know, but I heard that Peter wanted more money to be on Vanderpump Rules, which is hilarious. Like, dude,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not coming from a bargaining place. Your pay is being able to work somewhere where you can still try and bang 20-year-old tourists every day. That's your payment. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
But he apparently wanted a bunch of money, and they were like, LOL.
No.
No. And so he didn't get to be on the show this year. So I guess that means they're blurring him out now, which I think is unfair. I mean, he has done the show 10 years. I'm not saying give the man $1 million an episode, but to blur him out, I mean, geez.
Well, I wonder if he said, no, I'm not going to approve my picture to be there. And he said it, and they had to blur him out because he wouldn't sign it.
He got real diva.
He got real diva
on them. Maybe.
I don't know if you knew at BravoCon, but when Ingrid and I were over at BravoCon, working, Ingrid's sister, who has 4 kids and escaped her 4 kids and just came to BravoCon but never went to BravoCon. She just went to the hotel pool, which was great. We loved it.
Yeah.
And so she was during the day when we were over at BravoCon just hanging around Caesars. And she went down to the lobby to do something. And there was Peter just standing in the lobby, just waiting for people to recognize him.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's
a
picture of him. There's a TikTok star or whatever, which, I don't really, that doesn't resonate with me. I don't understand it. But there's a video of this girl doing some TikTok-y thing outside around West Hollywood. And he sees the camera and immediately waits for them to say, it's like, Peter, they're not coming for you. The girl's filming a TikTok.
Hilarious. And he's standing there going, it's me, it's Peter.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm the manager at SIR.
Yeah.
In the spirit of self-care and Women's History Month, today's sponsor, OneSkin, is here to help you simplify your skincare regimen. Founded by 4 PhDs dedicated to skin longevity, OneSkin proves you don't need a complicated routine to achieve better skin. Their topical supplements make it easy to help your skin stay younger and healthier without all those extra steps. They combine tissue engineering, data analysis, and cutting-edge longevity science to create the world's most effective product to target skin aging. OneSkin believes the purpose of skincare is not just to improve how we look, but to optimize our skin biology so that it is more resilient to the aging process. Oh, I love it. They create next-level skincare. The secret to all this is OneSkin's proprietary OS1 peptide. It's the first ingredient scientifically proven to reduce the buildup of those notorious zombie cells that contribute to skin aging. Fewer zombie cells means healthier, younger-looking skin with fewer lines and wrinkles, reduced age spots, and a stronger natural barrier. Something that is especially important this time of the year. Your skin does so much for you. Return the favor with OneSkin. Invest in the health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin, and for a limited time, our listeners will get an exclusive 15% off their first OneSkin purchase using the code PINKSHADE when you check out at oneskin.co. Get started today with 15% off using code PINKSHADE at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code PINKSHADE. And after your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's time you expect more from your skincare routine. Invest in the health of your skin with OneSkin. Then we see Kristen say Luke is going to be there for the whole summer. They're trying for a baby. And Jasmine's like, yeah, I don't understand about Luke. He's totally the opposite from any other guy she's ever dated. He's vanilla. He's a mountain man. He's nice. Like you said, he's an entrepreneur who lives on 70 acres in Colorado. Zach says, I told her not to date him. It was too soon, but he is way better than any of her exes. So what is Luke's J-O-B? He's an entrepreneur. What does that mean?
He owns 70 acres of land. So I'm guessing generational wealth of some kind, or
he sells the wood that we saw in Chopping.
Yeah, something. It's probably a cowboy of some kind, but doesn't say that because maybe it's like, we're in LA. You can't say that you kill cows.
My nephew's a cowboy. Yeah. Yes.
Who knows? But I think it's so funny that everybody on this show is acting like Luke is the one that's the problem. They're like, oh my God, Luke? Why would she date Luke? Kristen is the winner in this situation. Luke is stuck with fucking Kristen. Why are we acting like Luke is the one dating down? Come on.
I thought he was fine.
I thought he was fine. I think he's totally sweet and passive. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want a sweet, passive person who's never there? I mean, that's all I ask God for every night.
He's in and he's out. It's great. It's perfect, actually.
Bring me someone to carry in my groceries and then go to another state.
So then we get this scene where Brittany goes over to see the twins of Nia, and then Michelle comes over. They all say like Nia is like a superwoman, which of course nobody is. And Michelle says Jesse, the alcoholic, never woke up once and ever slept. No, never did one diaper, and she slept in another room with her daughter for over a year. And Brittany's like, "Oh my God, are we all saints? Oh my God."
No, you're all idiots for marrying losers. And what did you two win? What did you win? You still have to go. Like Michelle. Now here, in Michelle's defense, Michelle hates her husband. She visibly hates him. She is disgusted with herself for ever marrying this man.
Yeah.
And she warns everybody. It seems like it's going to become her thing to warn people repeatedly to run the fuck away from their marriage.
Yeah.
It seems like that's going to be her thing. So I already really love Michelle.
Save yourself.
Yes. Yeah. But I think she realizes I won nothing. I'm with this loser. He drinks all day. He's nothing but mean to me. He doesn't help with the kids. And I have to work with him too. So it's not like I just get to sit home and take care of the kids. I shouldn't say just sit home because I know that that's not easy, especially as we see on this show. But you know what I mean? It's like, what did you win?
Yeah, totally. Ew. Well, Brittany talks, but that Jax doesn't like Luke and he's straight up rude to him and it's uncomfortable because, he and Kristen are fighting and she feels in the middle. Now, all the guys go to play some sort of indoor golf situation. And Luke says, hey, how you doing and everything? And Luke goes, Jax, you've got me blocked on Instagram. I was like, on brand. Jack's like, he goes, I don't know if I have you blocked. I mean, I'll see if I can unblock you. I was like, how does he even go through his blocked list? Like, it's got to be more than he follows. I mean, my God. So funny.
That's Jax's only grasp on power.
It's power.
Right.
Yeah. So Jesse's like, you could tell Jax doesn't like that guy at all. Luke tells him they pulled the goalie and Jax goes, does she want a kid? For the right reasons. I don't know, would she be okay having a kid out of wedlock? So a lot of Brittany's, redneck hick friends have friends out of wedlock. When he said a lot of Brittany's friends have kids out of wedlock, I was like, okay, that's a slam on her Kentucky friends.
Yeah, of course.
God.
He did that. He knows all those friends. He did that Jackson, Brittany take Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he looks down at them all as trash.
Right, because Brittany's got such a better life. Right.
Yeah, you're trash. I mean, you're Jax,
Yeah.
Brittany went to Las Vegas. Heard they were going to be in Las Vegas and showed up there just to meet Jax at a pool party. Okay.
That's
I don't
right.
know. I don't really think Jax centering himself as the moral center of the show is cracking me up. And of course, he's that kind of guy. He's like, I've splooged in somebody and a baby came out. So now I'm like the head of the Republican Party. Shut up, Jax.
He says, things happen. If you have a baby out of wedlock, you have to have a full-time job and health insurance and bills and for food, it adds up. Guess what? Lots of people don't have babies out of wedlock, have a husband and also have a full-time job while raising children.
And guess
it could
what
be done.
Jax doesn't have a full-time job.
A full-time job.
What is he talking about? What union is he a part of where he's getting health care for his child and all of that?
Right.
He's full of it.
Right. Is he in SAG-AFTRA? I don't think so.
No. He's doing cameos. Cameo does not have insurance.
Did you notice he also had he had 2 books out. He had a paper calendar and a little journal book where he was writing down on his cameos and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, you're showing your age. So even I don't do that. And I'm way older than him. So Jesse's like, yeah, everybody could talk about, how great it is being a parent, but having a kid changes your whole relationship. I'm a drunk and my wife hates me. That's our story. Yeah. We've got it. So then Jax and Brittany walk where it's 110 in the valley, just proving your point. And they walk to Janet and Jason's house. And here's a question. Brittany says, oh my God, look how cute you look in your button up. Did you say button up or button down for a shirt?
I thought she said bump.
Nope, she said button up.
I thought she was saying, you look so cute in your bump.
No, your button up.
I say button down, I guess.
I do too. Go button down.
Button down.
Yeah, we have a joke in our house. Yeah, I don't know because we have a joke in our house where when my son was little. I mean, when he was 10 or something, we'd go, hey, we're going to church or we're going to do something, we're going to dinner. You got to just put on a button down and some khakis. He'd be like, a button down. It was as if we had said you need to put on a suit made of fire. Or sometimes we would say, like, put on this and that, or we got to go somewhere, you got to look nice. And like, oh, we have to wear closet clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think shirts are button downs and pants are button ups. I think.
I would just say pants.
Or button flies. No, those are just button flies.
Yeah, so anyway, she said, I just love you when you're
those.
button up, but it's a button down. But I've heard people say button up. I was just going to ask your opinion. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to not answer. I don't want to enrage people. There are people out there who are like, oh, how are they going to DM me? You idiot.
You're so stupid. It's a button up.
It's a button up.
So Jack says they're very good friends with these two. They see him a couple times a week. If anything ever happened, he called Jason first because he looks super smart. He has a wide variety of knowledge on all kinds of lawyering. And then we see Janet go, Jason works in workman's compensation defense on the corporate side. No, Jax does not know what any of those words mean. And he attributes traits to lawyers that just mean being an adult, like opening your mail.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious.
Jack's like, what, you go to speed limit? Lawyer over here. A lawyer.
A lawyer. So we go through this whole thing. We're going to have this pool party. Jax is still talking about Luke and how, Kristen, why she's trying to get pregnant.
Jax is obsessed. Why is Jax so obsessed? Do you
I
think
don't know.
He's jealous that someone else from Vanderpump Rules is going to have a baby? Because Jax likes to be the only one. Do you think it's...
Stassi and Sheena have babies, and so does Lala. So what's he talking about?
Yeah, but Kristen, I think he considers more like one of the guys. You know what I mean?
Well, she's a fuck up like he is, right?
Yeah, I guess so. So do you
he's
think
obsessed with it?
Yeah, he is obsessed. I mean,
he's obsessed with it.
He won't stop. Like, he hates the fact that Kristen is going to try and compete with him and have a baby.
I mean, let her live. Who cares? It's not your baby. I mean, so then he says he just can't believe it. She can't believe she might have a baby with Luke. She tried to have one with Alex. It didn't work. And he goes, I just feel like, I'm Jax. And of course there's going to be an I told you so moment. And I'm just rarely wrong. I'm never wrong about this stuff. And Brittany interrupts and goes, I'm so sick of this shtick that you're always right about things. Golly.
Golly, James.
God. Oh,
but
so now we go.
Very Jax. I'm never wrong. Hey, gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. That's another one. He says the compulsive liar, constantly saying, "Gotta be honest here."
But do you notice when they ask him a question? Have you noticed another thing Jax does when he's thinking? He squinches up his eyes. Like,
yeah, you see me doing it. He does like pirate eye, where he's like angry pirate.
Like he can't think of the answer. He's like, when did Brittany and I get married? It was like a couple years ago. Like he can't. It's like he's stalling for time to make sure he doesn't say a lie on top of that lie he just told 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. He's so used to lying that he lies when he doesn't have to.
Right. Well, yes. So we go to the party, and Jax, of course, is taking shots, and Joseph's like, "That's great to make you not hot. Just take straight shots." And he says, "It's going to be 100 degrees by noon." And she goes, "Jax, please finish blowing up the corn dog." He goes, I got to get dressed. I got to eat. She goes, just finish blowing up the corn dog. You hadn't did nothing yet. He's like, I shouldn't have to do anything.
You better blow up that corn dog.
She said, you hadn't had to do nothing yet. Oh my God. When he says, I shouldn't have to do anything, she goes, yes. He's like, okay.
Imagine choosing that life for yourself. Your man won't even blow up the corn. It's like, why should I blow up the corn dog? I have to get ready for your county fair party.
So funny.
What exactly
but they have those doors open in the back. It is probably hot as shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Brittany's dressed as Daisy Duke. Zach's got a wig on. Janet arrives. She's thrilled. She loves the fair. People come with their babies. Jesse is like, I hate themes. Jax and Brittany have a storage unit with Halloween directions. Ugh. Where's my drink?
Brittany too.
Yeah.
We need a storage unit for all my Halloween stuff, Jax.
Oh my God. So Kristen and Michelle are talking. She says if she gets knocked up, then of course, if she gets knocked up, Luke will move there permanently and they'll get a different place in the 2-bedroom apartment, blah, blah, blah. And she goes like, I've been with Jesse for 8 years and we never even discussed basic questions about raising a kid. Like, you really need to look into this before you do it because like he's horrible and I can't escape from him and he drinks all day long.
I know. Kristen won't listen. She's just like, well, whatever. Well, I mean, of course it's going to move in. Like, it's when we're together. Like, it's going to totally move in. That's what you do. Which, by the way, he never said that. You guys have not. As far as we're seeing on this show, they haven't had the discussion because what they both keep saying is he's going to be here for 3 months and we're going to try to get knocked up.
Right. Then what happens?
He's going to stay there because even before at the golf place when Jax was like, so are you sure it's time to have a baby? And he goes, yeah, I mean, come on, look at Kristen. You know how she feels. She's the oldest chick here. So it's time to have a baby.
She's 40.
He's just helping her out because she wants a baby. He's like, she feels pathetic, so I'm going to knock her up. He never said he's going to be there.
No, he didn't indicate he's moving. Okay, so we're at the party. Danny tells us when he first met Jax, people were telling him, you know who he is. He's the biggest douchebag. He's cheated on every girlfriend, his wife, everything. And he goes, yeah, I mean, I think he's changed, but, we don't all have to be defined by our past. And Danny's like, yeah, you got to put in the work. I was like, oh, shut up, Danny. So.
Yeah, you are. Guess what? You are defined by your past. Okay?
Yeah, that's
why we have memories. And
that's actually how it goes. Yeah.
You're literally judged by your past, people. Okay.
So then Jesse tells Jax he and Michelle are having issues. And then he says about the bunny tattoo because Isabella's middle name is Bunny. They talk about separating. She's brought it up, blah, blah, blah. Now, Lala and Sheener arrive with Brock. The kids aren't there because they're not bringing their kids to this coke-fueled party. Allegedly. And then Jax and Jesse are like, you have to drink every time Danny says 3 under 3. 3 under 3. I got to tell you, 3 under 2. I'm so sorry. In my day, people would go around, I've got 3 under 3. And I'm like, well, that's your fault. But they have 3 under 2.
You're bragging?
Yeah, 3 under 3 is bad.
My God, I spilled the orange juice 5 times this week. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Like, how many accidents are you going to brag about?
Wow. So here we have the whole thing with Kristen trying to get pregnant. And Jax is talking to Lala about it. It's like, she should take a page out of your book. Like, look at your horrible, fucked up life. Being a single mom is horrible. It's terrible. You have to get a full-time job. You got to get health insurance. And Lala's like, let me get these bangs out of my face. Like, what are you talking about?
Jax.
Lala says, I don't know, man. She throws that puss around. It must shoot out diamonds. Like, I've been looking for a dude, and she's got like 10 in the past 2 years.
Well, Lala's a bit pickier.
Also, she said flat out she's not looking for a dude. She's just looking for somebody to bang. So Brittany gets a...
I mean, who knows? But the first time, she waited to have that baby with somebody, like connected and Hollywoody, and rich.
The new one is...
She's acting like she's just out there, banging everybody. But Lala's got her eye on the prize, I would guess. It's Lala. From history.
Don't give them Lala. It's just Lala. So Brittany's getting a cruise tattoo, and then she's talking to Jesse, and like she tweaks his nipple, and then gets mad when he does it back. She's like, "Oh, I put up with him because he's Michelle's husband." I was like, "Well, you did it first."
Yeah, but I don't think you're allowed to give a girl a titty twister.
No, you're absolutely not.
No,
you're absolutely not.
If some girl gave me a titty twister, I couldn't just give her a titty twister.
No, you can't. But I think that they don't think of Kristen as like a girl. They think she's just like a dude.
Well, maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
It's still bad. Still bad.
Yeah, it's still bad. But yeah, I see what you mean.
This was something that happened that I felt to my core. Michelle asked Jesse, "Can you go check on our daughter?" He goes, "No." I was like, "Okay." That's happened to me in my life. I've been at a party with my husband. I go, "Can you go check and see where the kids are?" He's like, "No, you do it." It's like, okay.
Gross. God, men are such pigs. Also, Jesse had this moment where he gave the kid ice cream and he's like, "Don't tell mommy I gave you ice cream." And then you see her saying, "Hey, are you having ice cream? Make sure you eat first." And she just looks at her mom like, "Oh, fuck yourself, stupid." And walks off and gives her that look just that Jesse gives her. And I'm like, see, this is why you divorce this man. He's going to turn that kid against her. He's like training that little girl to be hateful to the mom. I see.
She's also like,
run.
Why'd you name me Bunny? So in the kitchen, Jax being Jax, and he's going off to Brock about, I don't think Kristen's ready to bring a kid into the world. Now he's saying this to Brock, who has not seen 2 of his children in many, many years.
Brock, the king of not being ready to have children. Okay, 2 out of 3.
And he's like, they hadn't talked about important things like where we're going to live and how we're going to parent. And then he does this. He goes, she just says, we'll figure it out. What did that mean? What did that mean? He did like a spraying elephant thing.
I think just the splooge. I think he's
I
know you don't like it, but I'm sorry. It's a show about it. It's a show about trying to do it, and it's a show about what happens after you've done it. Okay? The repercussions of it.
And Brock's like,
that's what he meant.
Yeah, Brock's like, how did you figure it out, man? And he goes, we planned it. So and he goes like, there's like hidden expenses. So Lala says there's a bunch of men over there talking about motherhood and none of them is a mother. So they all go over there. And Jack says to Kristen, I mean, are you mentally there to have a child? And she was like, oh my God, suck a dick, like whatever. So Jason and Janet enter. And Jason, of course, he's a lawyer, so he knows everything. You know, he doesn't have a kid yet. And Kristen goes, look, what I learned in my last relationship is I know that Luke is the one I have a baby with. And Jack's like, oh my God, you were literally telling Alex to come inside you at my house. And then a week later you broke up. And Janet's like, okay. Janet's me. I'm like, all right. We got it. Right. So then she's just like, I don't tell you the ins and outs. These are not conversations. You know, these are conversations I have with my boyfriend. I don't need to talk to you about it. And he's like, we've been friends for 16 years. And Kristen goes, my feelings are hurt because you say we're like brother and sister. He's like, look, I'm here for tough love. I'm here for tough love. And his eyes are like, I can't even do it because of the Botox, Ronnie. But it's like his eyes are so bonked out of his head.
Yeah, I know.
He's up and off that counter and he's doing the splooge thing. Oh my God.
It's just crazy because he's sitting there yelling at someone about not being ready to have kids. And he's like raging at a family party.
Yeah.
Literally, his blood vessels popping out of his head. Like, oh, you're not ready to be a mother. Like, oh, you're doing great, Jax. You, on the other hand, are doing great.
He's like, what if you break up? She goes, I'm not going into baby and marriage thinking I'm breaking up. He goes, oh, you thought that with the last 5 guys. And everybody's like, oh my God. And she goes, just be my friend. Just support me. And he goes, I dive in and get the hurt spots. I'm not a yes man.
Oh God. Jax is so ridiculous. Now look, I mean, I think any normal person looking at Kristen would be like, Kristen, are you having this baby for the right reasons? You can't just say, I want to have a baby because I'm the oldest person here. And it's like some kind of competition. And it's just not fair that you have, like, are you ready? How are you going to take care of the baby?
Agree.
Do you have a family that's going to help you raise the baby? I mean,
but why is he the one?
It's not the craziest thing. And I'm not saying tell somebody you can't have a baby out of wedlock. Like, that's so antiquated and stupid. But I mean, if you're someone's real friend, it's not crazy to ask some of these questions, but it's Jax who's the biggest piece of crap. He's probably coked out of his mind at this party. It seems
allegedly.
Like it. His wife is miserable. He's cheating left and right, allegedly.
Allegedly.
According to all of these rumors. His wife has just left him in real life. I mean, he's just a disgusting hypocrite of a human being. He is a vile, vile human being. And he got canceled for like racist shit. And he's over here like, ooh, you ready to be a mom? You're a terrible human being. No one should have ever given you a baby. And I cannot believe they have stricter guidelines to getting a fucking dog than a human being. I cannot believe that this child is even still at this house after the show aired. So
it's harder for James to get Hippy Dippy Doo back than for Jax to get Cruz.
For real. Like, how does that make... So for Jax, I mean, the fact that Jax had me this worked up after one episode.
You're worked up.
It's a great show.
Yeah, you're worked up. I thought it was a great show.
I was like, he's back. I'm pissed off. And I love the feeling of anger flowing through me. So welcome back.
So we end this party after this fight in the kitchen. We end this party with Jax pulling down Danny's pants when he's getting a picture taken. And Nia, because she had 2 babies 6 weeks ago, has the hormones of a crazy person. And she really overreacts. But I was like, okay, this is going to be a good season. I liked it.
Yeah, it's like his penis was out.
His penis was out. Penis. I mean, I was like, who cares? He like pantsed him, and then she lost her mind over that.
That was pretty funny.
Oh my God. Listen, I know that I don't have you for very long, so I want to end with saying, what do you think is this when they do the coming this season scenes and we see Michelle and Danny, right? Michelle and Jesse. Michelle and Jesse, and then Kristen and Luke are all fighting in a hallway. And she was like, your husband said he wanted to divorce you on camera. And then Kristen's like, I should just go back to Vanderpump Rules. What do you think that's about? They were all like fighting in a hallway. And she's like, you have no idea what you did.
I don't know. I've seen them talk about that. I've saw Kristen or heard Kristen in some interview being like, well, I was just like in the moment when I said I would go back on Vanderpump Rules. But like, of course I want to be here. Of course I want to be on the Like you have a choice. I like
there's no choice.
They're so freaking delusional, pretending like, oh, I'm just choosing to be doing the Valley instead of Vanderpump Rules. You were fired from Vanderpump Rules. You are not coming back to Vanderpump Rules. And everybody on Vanderpump Rules thinks this show is going to be the biggest loser show in the world. I don't think it's going to be. Now that I've seen the show, I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it has a chance.
I do too.
Sure. But before we saw it, didn't you think this was going to kind of be like a big loser flop?
I did. And like I said, when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I was like, oh my God, they probably sent it to me because we're sending it to the loser podcasters so they don't send regular screeners too. But then I watched it and it was good.
Send screeners to you. Have to like beg and threaten.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I will jump if you don't. Tom Sandoval is going to be mean to himself if you don't send me a screener.
Oh my God.
Talk about that. It's just hard to take seriously because it's Tom.
Tom and his sleeveless sweaters and his friendship necklaces.
Oh God. His little Harry Styles wannabe necklaces. I can't. He's so creepy and white vanny. Ugh.
But his body looks good though, I gotta say. His body's banging.
You know, yeah. Not still the guy ugly. I'm just talking about the insides, okay?
The inside is ugly.
Clothes, which I guess are on the outside. But those are a representation of what's on the inside. So
how do you feel about Tom Sandoval? Tell me the truth.
Hey, don't forget. Never forget.
Everybody knows about Watch What Crappens, the award-winning best Bravo podcast to listen to. Award-winning. But tell everybody what you guys are covering right now and where to find you and all that shtick.
So much. Jersey's coming back, of course. Yes. We've got Below Deck. We've got, I don't know, everything. Potomac. I don't know. It's too much. It's like a
Vanderpump.
Vanderpump, The Valley, Summer House.
Yeah,
all that good stuff. And then we do a House Hunters podcast also on Wondery Plus.
So good.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a really fun one. It's called Dwell Hello. And then
yes,
we
so
do
good.
Crappy Hour, the live thing. And then we're going to go do a European tour for the first time. We're doing 3 cities there in May. And then we're going to do the Netflix Comedy Festival in LA in May. So go get tickets at watchwhatcrappens.com.
Oh my gosh, you guys are all over.
And that's our summer pretty much. And then otherwise just sitting here like the rest of us all together covering all these Bravo shows. There's a ton of Bravo shows coming out.
So I dropped out of Below Deck a while back after like the Captain Lee and the little bit of Captain Sandy, and now I'm done. But I went to dinner the other night after John Hill's show with John Hill and some friends and Ashley Darby and this guy, Brendan, that's her friend that's going to be on Below Deck this season. Mm-hmm. He's in the trailer. He's like running through in a Speedo. That's him.
Okay.
And that was interesting. Because John Hill's like, so how are you like a deckhand, but also you're a realtor in DC? He's like, I'm not on Below Deck as a cast member. I was there as a guest. And John Hill's like, oh yeah.
So he's a nightmare. Those guests are all trashy nightmares.
He was like, yes. Because John Hill's like, I don't understand.
All extremely thirsty because they're paying so much money to be on TV,
He was an invited guest, he said.
Oh, okay.
I was like, don't you have to pay like $10,000 plus the tip? He's like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was invited to pay. Congratulations. You've been selected to pay $50,000 for 3 days on a boat that's going to make you look like an idiot.
That's going to go in a circle.
In your community.
You're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to go in a circle.
Exactly. The dinner cruise.
All right, everybody, please follow and listen and subscribe and 5 stars and all the things to Ben and Ronnie. And they also have a great Patreon and they're also on Wondery Plus. I'm a Wondery Plus subscriber. I don't want to brag.
I love that. Thank you.
I love to get all my stuff on Wondery Plus. Okay, I'm not on Wondery. I just love it. All right, everybody, follow me.
Thanks for having me, Mary Payne.
Follow me over on Pink Shade Pod on Instagram. And that's all I have to plug. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.